What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim, back with another video. Up early this morning in Rexboro State Park here in the beautiful state of Colorado. As you can see, this place has some just truly amazing rock formations going on. Give y'all the panoramic here. So I just wanted to come out here, do some exploring, and as always, if I'm in a truly beautiful place, I like to turn the camera on, share this scenery, share this nature with y'all. And also, it's just been a while since we talked. We haven't got out in nature and kind of walked and talked together in a while. And I really enjoyed doing that with y'all, my YouTube family. So here we are. And today I wanted to talk about the fact that sometimes in life, you just got to roll the dice. Sometimes in life, you just got to do some things just because something inside of you is telling you to do them. Sometimes in life, you just got to go out and take some risk and do some things that just seem totally illogical. You don't really totally understand it. You know, anybody you tell it to is like, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Do not do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do some things because deep down and somewhere inside you, you just kind of know it's something that will probably benefit you, and you kind of know it's going to work out. You just really want to do it. It just keeps coming back. It keeps nagging you, and you're like, I got to do it. And I personally feel like this is where all the really good stuff happens in life. This is where the magic happens. When we step outside our comfort zone, when we stop worrying about like security and doing the right thing and doing what I'm supposed to be doing at this age, being the type of person that I am, when you step beyond all that and you just kind of decide like, I really want to go in this direction. I really want to take my life in this direction. I really want to do that. And then you don't let the fear or the worry stop you and you just go ahead and do it. I think that's when you're like truly alive. And that's when you really start to understand what life is about. Okay? I've always said that people that are like really living the life they want to live, and they're enjoying life and they're happy, they never question the purpose of life. They never question, why am I here? Like, you get it, you understand it. Life is to be lived. And when you're truly living it, it all makes sense. But a lot of times we're so just like worried about getting outside our comfort zone. And it's not entirely our fault. Like, we've been raised to believe that you need to be safe, you need to be secure, you need to always be, just as comfortable as possible. You should always, worry about all this other stuff happening. It's just, even if no one directly ever told us that, that is the message we've gotten since the womb. Is that you always need to be fearful and scared about what's going to happen and do everything you can to make sure everything goes perfect in your life, even though we all know that this is impossible. You know what I mean? Even people who stay their whole life in their comfort zone, bad things happen to them. They eventually die. Okay? The mortality rates of people who spend their whole life afraid and hiding out in their comfort zone is exactly the same as people who take risk and live the life they want to live. We all die. The mortality rates, I would even say that the rates and the statistics in which people like get hurt or bad things happen are probably the same. Whether or not you get out there and do what you want to do, or you stay like hidden and hunkered down in your comfort zone, I imagine the amount of like good and bad that happens is about the same. The difference is, if we're out here living our best life, doing things we want to do, I'm loving these rock formations and the fall colors coming in on the trees slowly. Oh, if we're out here living our best life, doing the things we want to do, the rewards we reap are so much more amazing. And that's something you can't get like in your comfort zone. You're not going to get like those amazing rewards. You're not going to have those days where I've had days where not only was I thankful to like God and the source and the universe for allowing me the opportunity, but I was also very thankful to myself. I was like, Tim, thank you for making those decisions, in the past so that we could be doing this right now. I really appreciate Tim from the past. You're an amazing person. You can't have those days in your comfort zone. I really think that life is supposed to be just like a challenge. It's supposed to be a daring adventure. You're supposed to be afraid. You're supposed to, wonder how is this going to work out. Not to mention, too, the more you get out there and do things that you're a little afraid to do, the more you realize that, like, most of the time it works out. And if it doesn't work out, if it doesn't work out the way you planned, you still figure out a way to, like, maintain, a way to survive, a way to keep going. That way, when the next thing comes along that you want to challenge yourself to do, you're not as worried, you're not as afraid. You're like, oh yeah, I remember last year I wanted to do so-and-so. It didn't go perfect, but it worked out. I was happy I did it. Let's do this now. And then the more you do it, the more risk you're willing to take. You just start really, whatever those risks look like for you. Different people, it'll be different things, But whatever those risks look like for you, whatever like the life you want looks like for you, you'll just start doing it and on a higher level, pushing the envelope. And I will admit, folks, I'm definitely talking to myself in this video. It's something that I've learned over the years, but I have to keep reminding myself of it. And history has told us this. We have sayings like fortune favors the bold, okay? They don't make movies and write books about like, stay at home Stan, right? Comfort zone Chris. These aren't the people that like we know about in history. There's been trillions of people probably lived on this planet. History only remembers like a few thousand of them. And it's because they were the people that took risk, and they were the people that had these amazing lives because they were willing to go out and do what it took to get those amazing lives. History don't really remember the people who just kind of, went through, scared, humdrum. Now, if that's the life you want to live, cool. But if you're the type of person who's like, hey, I'm only on this planet for about 80 of these years, and I want to spend them living. I do not want to spend them existing, paying bills, worrying, blah, blah, blah. Like if you really want to live your life, sometimes you got to roll the dice. So y'all be thinking I'm playing when I'm always looking ahead of me. I don't know if y'all can see them, but you see how these deer just rolled up on me? You see how these deer? Let's keep going. Let's see if they run away. You see how these deer just rolled up on you, boy? Oh, that one there looked like he ain't moving. Don't mind me. I'm just filming a video. It's for YouTube. It's okay. I'm a YouTuber. Whoa. Whoa. Damn, they just smooth went around me and got back on the trail. They just smooth went around me and got back on the trail. See? Them deer ain't scared. They not letting no obstacles stop them. I don't know where they're going on the trail. These deer done got modernized. They ain't trying to walk in the grass. They're like, if you don't get off that trail so we can walk in peace and comfort. But yes, ladies, that was pretty cool. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I just really feel that, I don't, let me compose myself. Let me stop and compose myself. I want everyone to live a life that when they look back on it, they're happy they did it. And I know society tries to tell us that living the safe life will bring us that. I just disagree. Now, there is, of course, a balance. Anything you do, you want to do it as safely as possible. But I don't think you have to follow the rules. I don't think you have to play it safe. I think sometimes you just got to go for it. Doesn't have to make sense. Somehow, like you know deep down inside, like what's that sometimes some things are meant for you. I had this ideal today when I was driving over here, since I don't believe that time is a man-made construct. Okay? We experience time in like a linear fashion, and we believe in time, I think, because it's embedded in our brains. But on the bigger level, I feel like there really isn't any time. I feel like past, present, and future are kind of all taking place at the same time. So there might be a part of me that's already experiencing the future that sometimes when I get those ideals of ooh, I really want to do that, and it doesn't make any sense why I want to, Tim in the future, or part of my essence that is in the future is sending the message back to me to do it. It's steering me in the right direction. Okay? And so, of course, it won't make sense to Tim in the present or anyone else in the present because we don't have that same knowledge. I like to think that like there's greater things going on here. I'm really big on listening to the voices or the feelings you have. You know, as humans, we're like logical reasoning, but then we're also like emotional. And I think a lot of times in life, we make the big decisions like based solely on logic. And I'm like, you got to factor in your emotions as well. There needs to be a balance. If something really excites you, go do it. So what, so what if the logic doesn't work out? You do lots of other things based on logic. Living life, I think the emotion should play, you know, a bigger part in it. Man, this is nice. There was something else I wanted to say. There was a really good point I had, and it was on the tip of my tongue, and then them deer came along. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Yes. Not to mention too, for a lot of us, especially those who live in America, those of us who live in America or other countries that, you know, have a lot going on, like financially, we're blessed at the level we're able to live, the comfort level we have. A lot of times we want to do certain things, and even if we did them and they didn't work out, we would still be better off than like 50% of the people on this planet. A lot of things we want to try and we're like, oh man, if that messes up, blah, blah, blah. You could try something and the worst possible thing happened. You would still be better off than like 50% of the world. I think about that a lot. If the worst case scenario happened in this situation, there's still like 4 billion people that would take my life over theirs. And I personally feel like if I have been blessed to be put in a situation and have this comfort level, I feel like I kind of owe it to the people who in this lifetime don't have the opportunity to push it to the max. You know what I mean? If we just take for granted the freedoms we have and the opportunities we have and the abilities we have, if we just take it for granted and don't do nothing with it, that's like a slap in the face to the people who don't have those freedoms, abilities, and opportunities. They like, I would kill, probably literally would kill to be able to like live the life you live and do the things you can do. But we're too scared to do it. We just sit at the house. I can't do that because of this, can't do that. Nah. You don't have to listen to society. Things don't have to make sense. They just have to make you happy. Oh, I like that one. Things don't have to make sense. They just have to make you happy. Roll the dice, take a risk, have some fun. Listen to those voices in your head that keep coming back and, you know, coming back, reoccurring. You know, I have it's funny. I feel like those thoughts that keep coming back and those things that just won't go away are there for a reason, because like that's really us. Okay, we've all had wild, crazy thoughts that weren't really for us. They just popped in our head. They never came back. You know, I thought about being a male stripper one time. There was one time I said, you know what, Tim? You might could be a male stripper. That ideal has never come back in my head. A, because I am not built for that mentally or definitely physically. And B, like, that's not me. You know, you have these wild, crazy ideals pop in your head every once in a while. They don't come back because they're not for you. But the ones that keep coming back are for you. There's a reason. Okay? Now, if just living a humdrum existence, living to work, living to pay bills, if that's the wild and crazy ideal that keeps popping in your head and you love that, do it. Do it. But if you got some other stuff going on, ooh, I love that. Ooh, look at that. If you got some other stuff going on, like I think most people do, roll the dice, go do it. You got 80 years on this planet. If you're super fortunate, you might as well spend them doing what you want to do. Worst case scenario, none of it works out. You're gone in 80 years. Anyway, that's my message for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the scenery. Give y'all some more. Ooh. Talk to y'all later. Okay. I feel like we're going to get some good views up here. I feel it. I think this is gonna be worth the whole trip right here. Mm-hmm. Let's get down here. See these views. Oh, yes. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that.